An hour and 42 minutes later.
Yeah, it got slow here in Texas.
Welcome to CFT 3.5, everyone. Thanks to all who submitted. It's gonna be a bit of a weird one. It's a new faction. This is with the Prellis Sovereignty faction, which is completely untested and not completely untested. That's not true. I tested it, but not super heavily. It's the newest faction to be added to CFT, but this is a bit of a preliminary test with it. So we'll see how this goes.
Name on my fleet.
Yeah, you can just edit it in.
Is it... What?
We'll deal with it. It's top right.
Yeah, I knew it was floofs. Oh wait, no, never mind. I said Alois was
Top
floofs.
right.
Oops.
That was the end news, actually.
God damn it.
It wasn't a Lotus either.
No. Yeah, no, I was talking about Lois's. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the Lois. Yeah,
So, okay. First,
let's
let's start getting the first subpool set up.
No
We've
problem.
got Mons, Floof, MGW, Debris, and U.
Okay, so none.
Not Yen-Yu, but Yu-Yu.
That.
Nope, you're here.
Repeat that again?
You're here. Mons, Floof, MGW, Debris, and Splinter. So take out Alois, take out Yen-Yu. Take all
Myself out.
Take out Alois, add yourself in. Desmond. I still remember the original Desmond. Desmond was fun.
Is a fatter version.
He is a slower, fatter Desmond, but
He now prays. He sprays and prays a lot. That's why he's so devout.
He does.
Alright, we good?
I see. Yes.
Actually, no, I don't want to. I actually want to not be on the right side. I think there's an issue where, like, if you start on the right, all your turrets have to turn a full 180.
It depends what direction you. It depends what direction you oriented them in.
I don't know. There's something up with being on the right side. Oh, I can't put one.
Anyhow.
Who should I put on the right? Oh, yeah, I'm the host. I'll take it. I'll take the.
Stop
I'll take it for the team.
the brackets, goddammit! Splinter!
I'll take it for the team. I'll take it for the team.
Stop! Anyhow, let's get started with that. So, CFT 3.5, janky new faction. Subpool number 1.
No, someone wants to show the.
Oh yeah, let's
I am big.
We've got I forgot about that. Thank you, MGW. We've got Glass Cannon Battery by Mons with I am big and I am small for his big and small ships. We've got Esotech R Series Frontier Patrol by Floof.
Annabelle Rosalie.
Helix Battleship Annabelle Flank Cruiser Rosaline.
Line Vetless.
Vetless. I don't know. Oh, Line Corvette, I guess. It's probably abbreviated.
Oh, gee. Thanks, MGW. Wow.
There are definitely no lies written here. These green scaly dudes legit do be driving some expensive brick cells. Brick cells? I don't know how we want me to pronounce that. Brickles. Yeah, I'm going to call them brickles.
Brickles.
Because that's fun. His brickles. With the aptly named brick, the pendulum. Those are cool, actually. I want to show those off once.
Wait, this dude looks thick for a 2K.
Annoyance. It's thick, but it has like no durability at all, and it has ugly.
I got a bad feeling.
That's not me insulting his ship. It's just called ugly.
Ugly is ugly, probably.
Got Yoda
Hex.
I can't
Someone
speak
is definitely.
Today.
These are not white hex. These are gray hexes.
By Debris.
Debris has betrayed his own gang.
They were hexes that were once white, but
they were
no
once
longer.
White. What does it say?
Not after
Scorpion terror, except in this one they are laying down.
I have no idea what he means by that. Debris.
Yeah.
If you would like to shed some light on
Yeah,
what
Debris,
he
you're gonna have to
meant.
explain yourself on this. I guess when we
Please
go into
feel free
game,
to.
we'll see that. Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
And
sure.
as punishment, you're now more on the right side of the screen than on the left.
And then we've got my dear co-host here, Splinter,
Actually, I'm
with
gonna get Floof
Desmond the Devout.
Yeah. Only have test 34.
Which is a callback to his old
Actually,
NMSS fleet, Desmond the Diamond.
MGW can handle being on the right side. Right, big boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So with that, let's get started. First up, we've got Floof against Mons. Pause. Let's take a look at these.
Oh, I see some scatter shots already.
Yeah, so this is Floof's main battleship here, the Annabelle, I think it was. He's got a bunch of helix cannons, bunch of the lightweight armor.
I really like how he kind of wait, was he the one who made the ship palette? The fleet palette? Because this really looks really close to what was the fleet palette style.
No, I made the fleet pallets.
You made the fleet pallets. Oh, okay.
I don't outsource my fleet
outsource?
designs. Nah. But yeah, he did
Very
kind of along the lines of the it is kind of close to the original style. His cruiser here with it's got a single fusion lance, bunch of flamethrowers. The battleship also has a bunch of flamethrowers, but uses helix cannons as the main armament.
Personal gripe, I feel like the lights should be a different color than the rest of the blocks. Like,
they are, but with the recoloration here, it's hard to see.
Yeah, like
they're normally blue.
Yeah, it's like light blue or something. But like, same thing happened with mine. When I recolored, it just everything. Was
I don't know why they don't recolor properly. I'll have to look into. I might make them no recolor. That's possible. Although that'll cause other problems. Anyway, then you've got these little ships with these are the seeker charge launchers. They're basically non-explosive missiles. They do a lot of DPS. It's 500 DPS per launcher, which is quite a bit for how cheap they are. But
they use
don't
a shit ton of energy.
They use a fair bit of energy, and they're not really explosive. Like they technically have an explosion radius, but it's like 2 or something, so it only hits 1 block.
I don't know. I think I'd rather just shoot somebody.
They're basically seeking bullets rather than actual missiles.
Oh, brought the big guns. Oh, these things. I like them.
Now I will note, Floof's fleet makes heavy use of the siphon shields, which are they're protective, but
they're expensive.
They're basically a split purpose between being protective and giving energy generation when they take damage.
They are pricey.
They convert incoming damage into energy.
I wonder if hexagons actually work as armor. I know I have them as side armor for the generators, but I know where else to put them.
Sorry, which hexagons you mean?
The generator, the low density generator.
Oh no, they're pretty fragile. I don't think having them up front like that is a good idea. I think that was probably just done for aesthetics.
Oh yeah, it does look like a cockpit window.
But on the main battleship, they're really spread out throughout the ship, which does mean that they're kind of vulnerable, but at the same time, you're not going to lose a lot of them at once.
I guess like fake spaced armor. You just fill in all the gaps with generators.
The generators in this faction are super low density. They're very large for the amount of power they provide, but they're also cheap. They're just basically normal generators, but they don't explode and they take up a lot of space.
Yeah, looks like Leah also wants the different lights.
Yeah, I might change the lights up a bit.
Riot, different lights for Riot.
Anyway, we've got Mons here.
Oh wait, he's got clear?
Yes.
Huh?
They're always a bit clear, but his faction they're not. It's extra clear with his colors. Yeah, he went with a full transparent.
That's neat.
Yeah, I kind of like that actually. It's pretty cool. So with Mons fleet, we've got a bunch of the needle beams, which are these spinal-mounted or nearly spinal lasers.
Two balls.
They're sort of mid-range, high DPS lasers, and he's got 4 fusion lances
The
on each of the
one
big
shield.
ships.
Just one.
No, that's a rangefinder actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It has 5 things on it. Got it.
He's got a little bit of laser PD, and primarily these 4 fusion lances, which these are essentially long-range artillery guns, but the behavior of their projectiles change depending on distance.
I see, Mons has no interest in going backwards. But,
no,
yeah.
he's not. At least very little. He's got some, but not too much.
Which changes distance?
These big guns, the fusion lances, at close range they do high damage, but very little splash. At long range, you'll see the bolts from them disperse and spread out. They gain more splash radius, but lose damage.
They still do quite a bit of damage.
They do. They still hit like as hard at long range. They're basically an antimatter cannon with less splash radius.
I don't think there's anything else besides projectiles and the scatter boy that hit that far.
Nope, they're extremely long range. Those, the divergence cascades, and the drones are the only things that hit out there. Oh, speaking of which, no, not even close. They're short range. Speaking of which, we do have a divergence cascade on Floof's main battleship.
Yep.
Which is kind of the opposite of the fusion lance, sort of. It's a scatter shotgun with very long range, but it at close range it does very low damage. At long range, once the bullets spread out a lot,
well, it doesn't need to.
High damage.
Nothing's gonna survive getting into range.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And then
we have some
Mons has these little ships with flechette railguns. It's got 2 flechette railguns. They're high DPS, forward firing, very limited firing arc, but high DPS.
Let me know if it's flechette or flechette. Curious. Alright, I think that's it, right? We ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Let's see how this goes. So we've got fusion lances from Mons' side sniping these light corvettes from Floof's.
Bunch of hexes.
Yeah, these are the helix cannons we see firing. They're
the helixes are doing work.
They are high damage armor carvers. Oh, I forgot to mention, both these fleets are made out of the light armor. It's very low density, but weak armor.
I really wish the helix went longer distance to be like a third option to the cascade and the pew.
More of a brawl weapon. Mid range. So we've lost one capital ship from Mons' side, but his smaller ships are starting to go down. There's only 2 of them left at this point, but all of Floof's small ships have gone down. All his corvettes are dead.
Oh, Mons.
Yeah, we're seeing an engage between the 2 capital ships here. Helix cannons are cutting in, but it's not really getting in range.
Oh,
the rangefinder on his ship is actually 2.
Oh, never mind.
It's firing.
Is it just really slow rate of fire, I guess?
Yeah, it doesn't fire that fast. They're pretty powerful, so I might buff that a little in future, but...
I don't know. I personally feel the Cascade is the strongest weapon in the game.
Well, we'll see. I've received many pieces of conflicting feedback. I've had people saying they're underpowered and people saying they're overpowered. So that should be pretty interesting. We will see. We are seeing Mons' battleship kiting here. More of a cruiser now. We'll see if it gets distracted. Right now it seems to have the advantage because of its longer range.
Distracted. Oh man.
But it is getting distracted. That said, it's got 4 fusion lances to Floof's cruiser only having 1.
Oh wait, there's rear
yeah, it has some.
Okay.
It has some. Not a huge amount, but some.
Enough to destroy.
It can certainly outtrade the cruiser, and it does. So
this
Floof's
is gonna be on
battleship right
points.
now
700
is
points difference.
completely out of range. His rangefinder doesn't actually put it in range.
Oh, I want to put in a request.
He mentioned there was a reason for that, but I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
If you could make stuff over 8,000, that would be nice. I felt like 8,000 was too small. Like with 8,000, I couldn't get out of range of Cascade, I think.
Oh, on the rangefinders. Yeah, I might put in like 10k or something, and Mons takes it on points.
Or like even if you like had 10k, 20k, like even if you split it with 10,000, I think I would. Oh, and the first captain is always
Ooh,
just
that is. Oh, it still survived though. Still survived. Let's see if it manages to back off in time. The fusion lance. Oh, the fusion lance from the cruiser snipes out.
Coming from?
That cruiser has a single fusion lance on it.
From here, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing work.
Yeah, that cruiser really pulled his weight there. Completely sniped that out. That would have escaped.
Get avenged though, very shortly.
And yeah, like MGW is saying in chat, cascades are primarily for either killing off large groups of ships, or for killing off large ships.
That is not my opinion.
Ships with so the idea with them is that
Cascade kills everything.
They do basically two things. They'll either kill large groups of ships at range, or they will kill ships that are large. Like ships that use a lot of space armor do very badly against cascades.
I don't know. I feel like Cascade kills everything, man.
With if you test against something like the IHC dense armor, the what's it called, the reinforced armor, a small ship built out of those will take like no damage from cascades almost.
I think Cascades...
the spread is too high. It doesn't. They don't focus damage well enough.
I see. I do like the push cannon stuff. They're very interesting. They do change the dynamics. Gotcha.
Floof, I believe I did. Oh. I don't know. I'll have to test it again.
Wait,
but
did Flypace get the SpaceX internet? No, because I know they're.
I did. Floof, I did test your ship with changes to the rangefinders, and it was working. So I don't know.
That is very sad. I actually. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's still firing. It's just a sliver.
Yeah, it's you've got to, if you check the actual AI range on it, this is the range it wants to engage at. Like this is the range it attempts to engage at.
Did anybody use the super weapon?
We got 3 people, I think, using. Oh, hi, Floof, or not Floof. Hi, Fly. Good to see you again.
It really is. It's always good. I just got rid of my helixes. No, I think helixes are bad. I mean, I think for like the aesthetics, they're awesome, and for their damage is awesome. I just feel like their range just makes them.
Yeah, I mean they've got to have a drawback.
And this is just what happens. You just get straight up out.
They are a relatively close range weapon.
Actually, no. Firing. Oh, and
they're not short range.
Oh wait,
well,
like they're. He just.
I guess.
And held on to his point.
Yeah, I guess he just won on
nice
points.
Comeback.
Yeah, because most of Mons' fleet went down. It was just down to one ship against one ship, and Floof's one ship was more valuable. Ooh, you can see the flamethrowers on the cruiser just absolutely obliterating one of Mons' small ships.
I've not seen the lasers going off. These things? Maybe I'm not watching, but...
they're not in range. They're not that long range. They're about Helix range. Actually, they're shorter than Helix range, I think, slightly. High DPS, but not very long range.
Yeah, like, I think they look like lasers, right?
Yeah.
I'll see them suddenly go off and then they do something. Oh, looks like
they're little narrow lasers.
Mons managed to keep both of his big boys alive.
Yeah, I think Floof's in trouble here. He's got one of Mons' cruisers out on the flank and one up front. And the lances are cutting in. His shields do protect against long-range lance fire very well because they lose damage and
I don't think they can last.
They're more splashy. But they against 4 lances on each.
Lasers are good at work?
Ooh, yep. No. Sniped out from the side.
Mons finishes off.
Mons takes it.
Alright, white hex gang / grey hex gang. Is this it?
Alrighty then, we've got Debris up against Floof. He is running a super.
Oh, this is 50-90 points. Uh-oh.
Oh wait. What? Okay. We'll have to restart.
Yeah. I mean, at least I still remember the. Oh, crap! I didn't do the tourney max radius. Does this thing max radius?
Might be. Try Sorry about that. Just skip for a sec. I just want to see if it's loaded correctly.
This is one's ahead? Okay.
Yeah.
This one's ahead. Yeah.
You. Okay.
The game points? Whatever, I'll just delete. Hey, Mons wins. How about that?
Okay, let's see if it loaded incorrectly this time. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Back up to
this thing passes radius requirements, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does indeed. Because remember, radius is in CFT. Radius limits are tied to ship fee, and this is running a Sierpinski snare, which is the faction super weapon.
Nice.
You can see it right at the back.
Right.
That's I think 12.5 thousand P or something along those lines.
Well, you have to bring a ton
with
of energy
yeah,
storage to make
I think
work.
it goes up to around 15k when you include the power generation and power storage required.
1 cannon and 3 scatter boys.
This has got a lot of the light armor. Just using the max scale hexagons from it.
The hex gang.
It's reasonably mobile. It's got quite a bit of turning.
What are
Not
these?
much in the way of those are flamethrowers.
Flamethrowers? Okay.
Yeah.
Not much in the way of-
Just defensive, I think. Against the flamethrowers are probably the defense against rushers.
Split thruster layout, I like.
Yeah, probably to assist with turning is my
Although,
guess.
in my opinion, I feel like these long range things, you could probably just kite all day, just laugh at people. But...
Yeah, I
mean,
will say his main weapon there, the Sierpinski snare, is pretty
snare,
short
yeah,
ranged.
you can probably push with it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Unless someone eats the shot. That
It's
feels
a
so bad
close-in
when that
weapon, but
happens.
it does a lot of damage. Yeah, if the snare gets rammed before it sets up, it disables it completely.
Wait.
Which we may or may not see. And he's got this other little ship just carrying one divergence cascade. This one sits off at range. It's got a long-range rangefinder on it.
Oh, okay.
This one sits back and kites with the divergence cascade. It's basically meant to do armor stripping.
Alright, we ready? It's
Yeah.
time for Debris to
Let's
show
see how
off the
this
power
goes.
of the Cascade Gang.
Cascade Gang and the... Oh yeah, you have to wait for a little before pausing.
And
we see the Sierpinski snare going off, and
if Floop runs into this,
Floop-
he is done for. Actually, he's already done for.
it's stopping short, but
No, he's against
stopping at range.
the Divergence Gang. There's no.
You can see the Helix cannons really cutting in, but Debris' ship pulling out of range.
Wow, it's actually pretty fast.
The snare, ooh, that was a good snare hit on the battleship. Completely crippling it. Doesn't kill it, but the fusion lance will finish him off. And Debris takes that pretty convincingly.
Well, I know Floop has one Divergence, but if
Snare
you're going to
again
be part of the
being very
Divergence
effective
Gang,
against
you
Corvettes.
can't just bring one Divergence to the table. Oh, actually,
Battleship trying to
he's
stay
getting
out of snare
distracted.
range, but
Looks like the distraction costs him.
I will note Debris' capital ship here is actually pretty mobile for its
Right?
size.
It's like faster than some.
It's got a lot of thrust.
Hey, it's flamethrower.
Helix cannons are doing a great job cutting in here. It's turning though.
Yeah, he's got the snare set up.
Oops, snare hitting.
gonna cut off.
Lots of damage on Floof's battleship and
That
kills it.
is a killer. He got close though. I saw a big chunk taken out of.
I will note, by the way, that snare on its own is almost as expensive as Floof's battleship.
Right.
Not quite, but approaching it.
S's.
And
Okay, where's
we've
the
got
message?
MGW here.
Where's the
Zoom out
message?
and it will become very visible. It is upside down,
Big brick.
but it says brick. And at the back we've got tiny messages written in lights, which also say brick many, many times. Toward the back of the ship. Yeah, see? Brick, 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 brick. This is MGW using a very interesting space star. No, this is the pendulum.
I like how he takes up the entire screen with his
later.
fleet name. That's
Yeah.
sweet.
So these things are pendulums.
Pusher.
These are very cool, actually. I like what he's done with these. These are purely distractors that have a deflector cannon for anti-rusher. Yeah, they're the push cannons. But what they do is that go back to them for a sec. This thruster setup, he managed to find a thruster setup which causes them to constantly wiggle.
No? Okay.
Like just passively as they move.
Cool.
Which means that they'll twist off damage. I quite like that. That's pretty interesting. They are still not that tough, but
at first I thought he was going to have a tractor beam so he could push and pull stuff.
Does improve their survivability. We did see someone else who did that, I think. No? Actually, you did that. You did that.
I did that?
Yeah,
I don't have that many because they're expensive, but it's cool. It's like it attracts them, holds it in place, and then they pushed away.
And we've got... Okay, so I should mention, this one is basically Flamethrower Rusher. It's got one Siphon Shield to generate energy and give some protection.
Flash Guard?
Yeah, a little bit of spaced armor.
Invisible generators, like bombs?
Yeah, some generators. And, yeah, basically pretty straightforward Flamethrower Rusher.
Let's see what gang... Oh, this guy, he's
he's gone full Fusion Lance gang with these, big Lance battery.
Got one...
Lots of energy for it, and he's got an AI,
trigger.
It's that, filament.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's just like a long section that falls out the side.
I must be blind. I see the filament. I see where it's connected to, but I don't see where this block is.
Right,
right. The rest of the ship.
Basically, where the brick letters stop.
Oh. Well,
anyway,
I'll probably I'll see it pretty quickly. Yeah, anything with the.
Personally, when I've just done some testing against my own chips, I haven't found the AI thing to do a lot. But anyway, it's there.
It's there, and
this is a big brawler, basically. This is he's got one helix, some deflector cannons. This is made out of the heavy armor, by the way.
The foamy boy.
And yeah, we've got that's the one he called ugly.
Yeah, blue is heavy.
Or
wow,
maybe it was that one.
Heavy.
Anyway,
okay, he's not part of the hex.
He's
not
on his foamy ship. Yeah, this is a mine layer.
Okay, yeah, mine's pretty strong.
It's got the Razor Shard mine layer. That's a non-explosive mine. Can't be PD'd. Just does a lot of damage.
I find it like it's basically like a Sierpinski snare. Like
kinda.
If you fly into them, basically like a. You just can't fire them forwards. The snare you can shoot it forwards though. So
it just deploys them in an area around your ship constantly, and as you fly through them, each mine does. It basically cuts.
Yeah, there's guns.
Cuts into your ship and does, I think, 7,500 damage. They're really high damage mines.
Wait, these are pushers, aren't they?
These are pushers.
Okay. What was I gonna say?
The mine layer is very fragile, by the way.
I think the mines take a lot of
have HP.
Mines take a lot of power, right? I know mine.
They do, yes.
Counselor, so. Okay, we ready? You have to ask
that we are. Let's see how this goes. We've got a lot of lances here on this main battleship.
All right, these little ones are done.
Yeah, he really shreds the corvettes. This thing has probably the most focused damage of any ship in the journey.
Kind of doing his job. I don't. Are they pendulum?
The pendulums are...
They're
You can see them swaying. Against this much incoming
very
damage, it's not
subtle.
enough, though.
Oh, that's like subtle.
It helps against light damage, but not
Okay,
not against huge amounts. Those are mines being deployed.
I see the
don't
pushes go off.
I do find his mine layer ship to be too aggressive.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think you have to. Like, if you're gonna leave mines in the very back, then they're never gonna get run over. But it's okay. Lance gang is doing work.
You would use it on kiters, but yeah, his lances here are just too strong for Floof. There's just too much focus damage. The distractors doing their job, keeping Floof's fleet busy, while the lances just punch through its armor.
Lance is definitely having trouble landing it. No license. These green scaly dudes legit do be driving some expensive...
Prickles.
Did we even see the thing trigger?
No, it didn't even get taken. Nothing attacked his main ship at all. And there we see some of the push cannons, the deflectors. Distractors distracting once again.
Distractors distracting.
Well, I
think distractors are pretty good against the two big cannons. Although their turret speed is actually not that bad.
No, I'm probably going to nerf the turret speed on them, actually. It's a bit higher than I think it should be.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's not good for Floof. Yeah, getting lanced again. Cuts right through the battleship.
So I feel like for the... I don't want to start talking about meta that soon. Oh, did it activate? It activated. It's just...
It did activate.
Sticking out. It's like a little stem. That's...
Oh, yeah, I see. Now you can see where it splits.
Okay,
yeah.
this is the brick. Got it.
I haven't really found it to do a lot,
cool.
but it's there. It does occasionally cause AI disruption. Okay, and now we're seeing Splinter here. Pause.
Oh yeah.
So this is Splinter's own ship here, Desmond the Devout. I'll let you introduce this one.
Sure. He is devout because it's not just a gang at this point. Disruptor, it's a religion. You gotta spray and pray. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, and he dabbles on the other side. So he's got 3 lances just in case. I have like 2 lasers here.
Yeah, a lot of divergence cascades.
Yeah, I call them disruptors. Oops, I just call them scatter boys. Yeah, the cascades. How many shields? Yeah, there's some shields. They're actually mostly decorative, I guess.
A hell of a lot of shields.
I think when I did a lot of testing, I ended up having a lot of super ships. That's like what my meta started tending towards, and so it's need a little bit of whatever survivability you can when the super ships go at each other, and so.
Lyle, regarding fusion. Sure, go ahead.
Why are the fusion lances replaced with more cascades? Because sometimes you just need to hit some things head on. I think I could have replaced them, but I don't know. I think having at least a couple was.
The cascades aren't particularly good at killing. They're good at crippling and good at burning through armor, but they're not very accurate.
I think once you have 3 cascades or more, they start being pretty reliable.
Yeah, in insufficient numbers, they're not bad.
I know I used to have a Sierpinski attached as well to this, but
oh really?
But what happens was you can retreat. So this guy's mostly rearward thrust.
Yeah, I noticed. It's basically a heavy kiter, right?
Because if you want to go forwards, then you're just gonna get Sierpinski'd. So
yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to.
I will say I'm surprised that you didn't use any of the mines on it.
I did used to have a mine layer version, but the mines only like went around it, and so if the enemy never went into the field, then it was kind of a waste. So.
I see. Yeah, we'll see how this works out for you.
Right now, getting rushed if I get distracted, then I'm in trouble. But
yeah, you should see also the 2 things to note. Splitter's got a lot of laser PD. The PD lasers use up a ton of energy, but they are pretty effective.
Yeah, these little blue dudes on the side.
Yeah, they're very high energy usage.
But didn't want to die to drones.
Yeah. They are very very effective though.
I think I have all my scatters on auto fire.
PD. I checked. There are.
Oh, they're on PD?
PD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is an interesting thought. I would have. I think they're more effective on auto than PD.
I thought I had them on auto. But yeah, maybe I switched into PD because I kept on getting.
And snipes out the battleship.
Kept on having
See
distractors.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. See the Cascades doing high damage at this range. They gain damage over distance.
Lasers actually have pretty good range.
Yeah, not bad. It's like 1300. It's like Terran plasma cannon range.
So yeah, you can see the lances.
Their DPS efficiency is terrible.
Helping with the actual killing.
Yeah. Also better against moving targets than the Cascades, I think. Pretty high velocity. And once again, is just sitting out of range, sniping.
I guess Fluke doesn't shoot any projectiles, so my Cascades.
He's got some missiles, but again, they're not long range. You can see them expiring before they get in range.
Oh, I see. And then,
also, you've got way more than enough PD anyway.
Yeah. I guess comes another sit fest. Oh, here comes this.
Yeah, see, Floof has a long-range rangefinder on it, and you can see as soon as the rangefinder got destroyed, it tried to close in.
How did this guy stay all the way over here?
I have no idea. You know, I wonder if it got. I wonder if it got deflector cannons. It just got blasted across the arena.
Oh, and then maybe they can't turn?
Yeah, Floof. I think currently your ship
always
uses the long-range one. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. But it never seems to be using the close range one. You'll have to mess around with the bindings maybe.
Wow, that actually is super short ranged. Wow.
Yeah, they're short range. I'll probably increase that actually. Not by a lot. But,
I really want
they are
Helix range to be increased, even if it results in less DPS. I think Helix is just so cool. I feel like it's so short ranged.
It's not though. It's like
it might
Terran
compete with Lance,
range.
though. I can see it competing with Lance if that was the case.
Like in absolute terms, it's pretty decent range.
Yeah, compared to like let's say maybe the Flechette or the.
It's got more range than Flechette's, about the same as the needle beams.
Yeah.
It's got double the range of the lasers. The the turreted lasers.
The turreted lasers. And Devout are rewarded.
And Desmond takes it. Okay, so we've got Mons up against Debris now. This should be. I think this will mostly come down to whether or not Mons can stay out of.
I think he's got another
range of the
Sierpinski he
snare.
can shoot out, right? And then Sierpinski gang is gonna.
There's, I think, about, if I remember correctly, about a 5-second downtime. Ooh, that one's close. He might. Okay, good. He's backing off.
I don't think there's much left.
Although with the Cascade and Lance hits, he's still taking damage. Survives for a little while at least, which buys his other ship time to cut in.
Dodged another Sierpinski.
That one I think got countered by just purely by luck. One of the pieces of debris disabled the snare. Oh, now you can see the needle beam firing. For a moment before it gets killed.
And the proper Sierpinski.
Ooh, that was a snare that actually landed.
Do you think
got close to the core actually, but not quite.
Do you think you can increase the Sierpinski grid size? I think that might make things more balanced. Like right now, like I don't think anything survives.
I can, yeah.
These triangles.
I can.
Really
I actually reduced it because it was too big. But I might. That is definitely a thing I can fiddle with. Because you take no damage if you're inside the square, the triangles in the grid. Look, you can see the flamethrower there just burning one of Mons' ships.
I think it'd be cool if you got small ships like trying to hide inside the triangles.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think.
Yeah, that was the intent. It's, you know what the thing is?
Surviving this. Nothing is surviving this.
Currently, some ships from other factions can, but just because this faction is so low density, their ships tend to be larger.
Congrats, Debris, you are in
And Debris takes that pretty convincingly. Mons came close the first time, honestly. He was very near to the core, but didn't manage to take it.
Mine layer pops.
Yeah, mine layer getting sniped out at range.
Flamethrower pops.
These are two lance-oriented fleets here.
Lance, Civil War.
Yeah.
I don't know if these pushes are help. Is this?
I think they're basically just to keep the distractors alive for longer. Ooh, that's not a good place for that ship to be.
Distractors?
I don't know if this is the AI trigger causing them to close in more than they should. I think with that forward one it was. Maybe.
And...
Or,
the one with the more lances wins. He's got, what, one more lance than Mons?
Yeah, but the more important thing is they're on one ship instead of split between two, so they're focusing the same spot.
Yep. Okay. Are you talking about IHC Duke?
Yeah, kinda. I can kinda see that. It's a focused high damage.
I thought Sulkin had lower range.
Oh, it's much lower range. It's like a third of the amount of range. More DPS, but like a third of the range. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that. They're both high velocity, focused DPS weapons.
I think for me, I feel like Helix feels like Assault. Besides the...
Helix is the closest comparison in terms of range.
Besides the, I guess, the velocity?
Yeah, Helix velocity is pretty low.
I mean, if I ever had a machine gun, I'd be cool. The top pattern was like a Helix, so that maybe in my mind, aesthetically, it seems
Helix should be directly worse than assault cannons for the most part, just because this is a faster faction than IHC. It's not crippled by speed.
MGW.
So their weapons in general should be worse.
Yeah, see, my turrets
ones.
take some time to swivel. So.
Okay, so Mons up against Splinter now. We'll see if he can kite. So this is the first real test we're seeing of Cascade versus Lance. The shields, the siphon shields on Desmond are resisting the Lance fire. Keeping in mind once again that Lances lose damage over distance, although their splash radius does increase. Whereas in the opposite case, the Cascades increase damage. So Mons really doesn't want to be at long range here. The Lances are very good against shields at close range, but at long range they get stopped by them pretty effectively. Like if Mons were able to get up close here, he would burn through this in like 2 shots. But
scary thought.
But he's not. Let me look up actually. Let me look up what the damage scaling on the Lances is. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
I did not know it's skilled. That's interesting, because I always just use it as a long range option.
Yeah, see that's the thing that might be why you're thinking they're weak.
Yeah. But I think if you want to be short range, there's so many short range options. Like I think Flamethrower is pretty good.
Well, the theoretical advantage of Lances is not that they're excellent long range or that they're excellent short range, it's that they do both. They are competent long range and short range weapons. But Desmond takes it.
I think you were going to be short range, you're just going to get Serpinski'd. Oh, this thing's so scary.
Oh no, like that. The idea isn't that you would rush with them. The idea is that you have a long range weapon that can also defend itself if something gets close to it.
Bree is rushing in. I think he wants to get a Serpinski on the big boy.
Yeah, if he can get a Serpinski, he can.
I think he's going to die
win this.
Then, right?
That is the question. This one, I actually have no idea how it'll go. It really depends on the snare hits.
Oh, I think he can survive. He already rotated. Oh, no, snare missed.
If he rotates well, and manages to get Serpinski snares off, That's a snare hit. It might, if he can take out the weapons.
So the
he's in a
scaling
good
should
spot.
be at full power right at this distance, right?
Close to.
I think the next Serpinski is gonna kill him.
Let's see where it lands.
It is right here. And it's chopping. It's chopping.
Oh, this might.
Oh,
That's,
okay, he got...
That's some
Wait,
damage.
did you see what killed it? I think he just got lanced.
Yeah, he just got lanced. Didn't quite manage to land enough hits. That entire time he was getting lanced. Whereas
I think
only the last shot really from the snare
I feel like Debris
really
is
landed.
rushing too much if he's gonna be going Cascade.
So,
yeah, he's using Cascade at the
maybe. Yeah, I think he should have put more Cascades on the small ship instead of the big one. The big one wants to be up close, and the Cascades aren't that effective up close.
Yeah.
That last that small ship I think does a good job with the.
Or if he just reversed all his thrusters.
But then the snare
Where's
would
the
lose some
Scorpion
effectiveness.
I mean,
so
you can
by the way,
if someone pushes into the snare, they die. So you can use the snare as a
you can
kiting tool.
kite with it. It
These
doesn't really work
pixels.
offensively as a kite weapon, but defensively it's good. Regarding lance, I just looked up the lance damage scaling, by the way, because I couldn't remember it. So at long range, at its maximum range, it's doing 450 damage per shot, with an explosion radius of 36. At short range, it's doing 3,300 damage, with an explosion radius of 9. So it's doing about 7 times as much damage at close range. That's probably why you were finding them weak. If you were using them purely as long range weapons, that's probably why you're finding them weak.
I kind of went down the kiter mega ship route. So
I think MGW's ship has lost all of its turning thrusters. I don't think it can actually turn right now. It's just stuck there.
he rebuilt everything.
No, not Debris. MGW's.
MGW.
I don't think it's closing into range because I think all the turning thrust was up front.
I don't think he has turning thrusters.
He has some of the gimbal thrusters, I think. Oh, he's got a couple of them. You can see the flames from them. But
I think it only goes one direction, and
it doesn't turn a lot.
All right, so before Debris dies, where the heck is the Scorpion chair?
It's the other ship.
I'm so confused.
It's his other ship.
Other ship?
Yeah, this is the Scorpion chair.
What is the Scorpion?
I still do not understand that name.
Okay, well I'll wait for him to respond and.
We'll see how this one goes. I do really think this is a match that can go either way.
Scorpion chair. Oh, okay. It's like the PC thing. Okay, I get it.
Oh.
That has a name.
Okay, let's see if he can get a snare hit.
Wait.
Take a look at what's going on with the main ship. We've got a snare hit. Let's see if he manages to do anything. He is getting lanced though. Snare is cutting in though. That was a deep cut.
Ooh,
that was a really deep cut. The lance battery on MGW ships exposed now. It's actually getting destroyed.
Yeah, the snare might.
Yeah, I think Debris has got this.
Yeah, this snare.
Most of the point, yeah, the snare is excellent at just cutting through large masses of armor. Yeah. There is really nothing that will resist sitting in a lot of snare shots. It does huge damage. Even more than the IHC nuke.
Oh, I love the Debris flying out. Debris living up to his name. And
the flamethrowers are beginning to. I love the flamethrowers.
Looks like it's kind of misting like some vegetables.
Yeah, with the white color on it.
And that's a win for the Serpinski game.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that. Glad to see that news.
Wait, so you said there are 3, so we're gonna see 2 Serpinskis in the next pool?
Both of the other submissions, yeah, I guess they did both end up in the second pool, huh?
Serpinski versus
Yeah.
Serpinski is always really
Oh
awkward.
god, there's gonna be a lot of Serpinski in the next. There's gonna be a lot of Serpinski in the next.
Yes, Serpinski versus are pretty awkward, but.
And yeah, he's basically running IHC colors on the Debris fleet. I do like that. That's a nice touch.
A nice throwback, yeah.
It's the lore for this tournament.
When
basically
you really want to overkill
IHC testing out the Paralysis weaponry.
It's gonna take down the.
Let's see the next shot.
I think that at this range, disrupt. Not disruptor. Cascade.
Lance damage is reduced a bit.
Cascade. Oh, he does. How many cascades?
It's got 3, I think. 2, 3. Ooh, I don't know where that snare fired. Oh, it was one. It fired at one of the pendulums.
Yeah, he's been Serpinskiing all the pendulums so far.
Yeah, the distractors are really doing work here.
Oh, he's flamethrowing debris, I guess. Oh, he's getting into
See, that's a snare
lance
hit.
scaling range.
Oh,
this
one
might
of them's cutting to the lances.
Oh, okay, there goes the lances.
There it goes.
Right.
Completely destroys the lance battery at
Maybe
just the
MGW
last moment before he cuts to the
more
core.
Distractors, I guess. Did cast a curse in.
I'm glad to see the snares working for. This is exactly what the snares are for.
Snares are. I think
snares should murder big armored ships like this.
I do think
they absolutely are.
I do. The one thing problematic with snare, I think, is I think it forces. I think it will force people to kite. There's going forwards is just a no-go if.
Well, here's the thing though. It forces kiting if you're playing Paralysis against Paralysis.
That's true. That's true.
For IHC, you don't want to be up close to an IHC ship as Paralysis. Also, look at those cascades hits. This is what max range cascade does against low density armor.
No, don't go for it.
But the lances are sniping. Shields resisting lances on Splinter side. But the cascades finish him off.
How did this guy land right in front of him?
I do like the combination of lances and cascades, I will say. The cascades are very good at burning through armor masses and taking out shields, while the lances actually core stuff out. Debris, I really think Debris would have done, I keep saying Debris, it's Debris. Or Durbus, as the case might be. I do think Debris' main ship would have done better with lances instead of cascades. Yeah, Lyle, the cascades are good for piercing. They're good for doing piercing damage, but they're not very accurate. The overall damage output is way higher though than lances. At least once they get to max damage. Yeah, Debris, I noticed your snare is being used as a defensive weapon here. It doesn't actually close into snare range very aggressively. Yeah, auto fire. Makes sense. So we've got Desmond up against MG. This one I don't know how it'll go, actually. This should be interesting. If Desmond can kite correctly, he might be able to actually tank this, because he's got so many shields, he might be able to tank the long-range lance fire. And all of those divergence cascades should be very good, actually, at taking out this heavy armor. It's just a matter of whether or not his shields can take enough lance fire, which I'm not certain. I think if he keeps his distance, they will be able to. If he can stay at the range where lances are losing a lot of damage, which he does appear to be doing. And from this range, his ooh, what? It's closing in a little bit too much. Might want to back off there. He is turning, spreading the damage, which is good. Getting very close, both getting close to their cores, and Splinter takes it. I think the AI trigger on MGW ship did actually work there. I saw Splinter ship try to close in more than it should. but did nonetheless manage to get the win. Ooh. It's distracted, it's focusing one of the smaller ships, and causes it to close in. Yeah, you can see very, very clearly illustrated there the difference between lance damage at max range versus lance damage at mid range. They're a lot more punchy at mid range, especially against shields. This time, Splinter seems to be doing a bit better. He's keeping his distance. See if he can keep it up. Cascade's landing most of their volleys against a big ship like this, and AI Trigger doing AI Trigger things, I think. Is that? I can't tell if the AI Trigger's been activated, but it is getting too close, and it goes down. And is that a three-way tie? Hang on a sec. I'll check what the results were on that one. It was indeed a three-way tie. So, well, that's fine. That will mean, actually, I think we want to take top 3 from each pool anyway, since we've only got 2 pools. So that works just fine. Let me check. I didn't quite see who the final 3 were.
When did my mic cut out?
Oh, did you not deliberately turn it?
I know I did turn off. I did have to turn off at one point, but I actually don't know when. So.
Okay, so we've got Desmond, MGW, or Splinter, MGW, and Debris. Taking
oh wow, 3 ways.
Slots here.
Okay.
Let me just mark that off on my sheet.
Wait, how did Oh yeah, what the heck? What happens with cascades when they blow up? I think there's something weird with them. They just like chain explode or something.
Huh. Shouldn't be. Okay. Anyway, I'll look into it if that is the case. I haven't noticed that, but
yeah, distractors OP. Yeah, I'm sure I could have saved some money and used distractors, but I'm always a sucker for mono ship compositions.
I've noticed. And yeah, MGW, you're correct that the snares are more efficient close range weaponry in total, compared to flamethrowers and helix. The disadvantage though is that you have to stick all of them, like, it's such an expensive weapon that
it
you
kind
have
of
to put
forces
on
you to
one
go
ship.
a large ship comp.
Yeah, and considering the fact that this is a pretty fragile faction, like they're not really tanky, that's a big risk.
But then I think once you have to go a mono ship comp, then you're like susceptible to getting killed by other snares, and then you have to start kiting.
It makes you very vulnerable. I don't know, snare is kind of a high risk, high reward in terms of design. It can work very well, but it makes you pretty vulnerable. Anyway, that was Subpool 1.
Yeah,
Subpool 1 concludes with a tie between MGW, Debris, and Splinter, all of whom will be moving on to the champion pool.
Alright, good.
Now, I'm going to take a moment to get a bit of water. I will be right back. In the meantime, Subpool 2 is Lyolf, Alois, Yenyu, Duke, and Skill. Let me just type that in the DM Splinter, so we can get that set up while I Alright, that's the Subpool 2.
Alright.
With that, I will return shortly.
Can you... What the heck? That looks like an octagon grid from here. I see. Yeah, the space hex. Well, I'm back. So, how's everybody's day going? Let's hear. Fractal. Yeah, MTW, you set yourself up to get Serpinski'd. Oh no. Actually, maybe if you traded your mind chip for more distractors, you could probably pull it off. Actual popcorn? Are you eating fake popcorn? I'm actually eating fake food right now. I'm eating imitation lobster. Great stuff.
I return.
Oh, welcome back.
I return now hydrated. Let's see.
Yeah,
Someone
that's what I
in
think. You
chat.
just don't even engage the snare. Just kite it the whole time.
Yeah, you don't want to be in snare range. Being in snare range is a bad thing. I believe the
Ultimate bird.
Consortium ships built out of not even the hardened, but the reinforced armor, the black armor, should be able to tank it maybe a little bit. Not repeated hits, but should be able to survive a little against it. But yeah, it nonetheless is extremely high damage. You don't want to do that. Pretty short range though.
Alright, ready to go through the ship names? 51 ships. Alright.
Just skimming chat, see if I've missed anything. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go. So we've got
NX,
the from Lyolf, the Ekim Liberation Fleet, which I appreciate the nod to the lore here. The Consortium invasion of the Ekim system. If for anyone who's been following the lore blurbs.
Dude, I don't even know the lore, and I'm holding these. Oops.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
I'm just a shipbuilder.
But it's this is where we are still the Consortium. We are testing we're essentially being loan sharks and taking what we are owed. testing some enemy weapons tech here. We've got Uwu by the Alois with Aurufez, and of course using his signature cursed factory armor.
Oh yeah, I got Aurufez every time I see it. No.
He has a factory on here. Factories aren't even enabled for this tournament, but he's doing it just to drive me insane. That thing on the front of the little ship is a factory. And he's got Auru big ship and Auru attack.
No, it's our ship big. Get the order right.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're correct. It is in fact Auru ship big.
Oh man, that's kind of hard to say actually. 15,500, 33,500 or so. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, we've got.
Wait, that's one ship. I thought that was a distractor. Holy crap!
No,
okay.
this is one ship using a double snare. From Yanyu. This should be entertaining.
Well, good. Lord, is that illegal?
That is legal, and the reason why, well, not the reason why, but one of the things that helps with it is that snares have power capacity. They have enough power capacity for half of their own usage. So if you have two of them, they fully cover each other's energy usage in terms of capacity, not in terms of generation. So these can actually fire with no batteries. And lots
You
of...
said, does that even have batteries?
I don't remember if it has any, but it doesn't need... It might have a few. It doesn't strictly need them, though, because the,
no batteries?
if you've got two snares, they actually cover each other's power capacity.
Yeah, because I do know, like,
generation.
they fire pretty slowly, so like there's enough time to reach.
So I think he can stagger the two shots.
I like that. That is
It's kind of cool. I like it. And someone else here had the same idea, actually. That being Duke with his Cephalosquad. Cephalosquad.
Yeah, 8 distractors. This will make huge.
He's got a much lighter Strapinski snare ship. Very lightly armored. His generators are completely undefended at the back. It's super squishy.
That is possibly cascade bait. I guess that'll be interesting.
He's at the back. If he can stay faced forward, I think it's fine. But he has outsourced his armor to a bunch of Helix distractors. Not even distractors, really. They're just light brawlers.
Oh wait, they're actually pretty heavy looking now that I see the scaling on it.
Yeah, they're small brawlers carrying a Helix cannon and decent armor.
And this guy, see if he gets Serpinski'd or not.
Prime.
The big boy.
By this is. Can you just put it in the fleet name? Actually, this is by skill. This is basically a giant troll ship. It can move, but rarely does.
Look at the power is like a little lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's cool. Cool layout of generators.
The cuttlefish.
And this is basically giant. This is effectively a station with a million drone launchers on it.
All right, so
our only drone fleet, actually.
How do we want to put the? Okay, yeah, never mind. I put it according to whatever order you gave me.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see.
It's I'm just ordering them by submission date or submission time, as the case may be. So first up, pause.
Where's the EX? Where's the big boy?
This is down at the bottom. It's the only one with shields. This is a fleet of flamethrower rushers. This is a very high DPS fleet, close range. It just swore. There's not too much to say about it, honestly. Although it is very pretty looking.
What is like 4 shields and a
4 shields and flamethrower and some attractor beams. The rest of them are 1 flamethrower, 1 attractor beam, no energy generation. Interestingly enough.
Okay. This one costs extra because of the shields. All right, yeah. Pretty expensive. Got it.
The shields on that one ship are the only energy generation aside from the cores in this fleet.
Wait, cores have energy generation?
Yeah, some. Not a massive amount, but they've got some. So his flamethrower damage is going to be reduced because he doesn't actually have enough energy to fire it.
But he's got more spikes.
But he does have enough flamethrowers in total that he might be fine. They're very high damage.
Wait, how fast do these go? I see. Yeah, this looks pretty fast.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but they're pretty fast. They are using a lot of the heavy armor, so that does drop their speed a bit.
Looks like 300 to me.
That blue armor is the heavy armor. And then we've got Alois. He's got a bunch of flame. Oh, these are interesting actually. That is the one. Yes. Yeah, don't make me look at that. That hurts my brain. No.
That's a lot of thrusters.
It's literally thrusters in a factory. No.
It's got triangles. Triangles.
Yes.
Unite.
That's the actual Stravinsky triangle. I need to add another layer to it, but it is a pain to make. Anyway. We've got his main ship here. It's just called Owl Ship.
Yeah, I totally thought this was Sploof's ship when I first saw it. I'm like,
no, this is definitely an Alois ship. He's actually I want to know again, just to cause me pain. He's actually inverted his colors here. Normally
really?
normally the white armor is the
okay.
weak armor. The light armor.
He flipped it.
He's flipped it, so the white
that's
armor is actually the heavy armor, and the yellow's the light. This has got flamethrowers and helix cannons. This is a close-in brawler. It's really all there is to say about it. It gets close and brawls.
Helix.
Got lots of shields.
Needle. Is this Needle or something else? I think it's Needle.
Flamethrower. Flamethrower.
Okay.
Sorry, I know I haven't done all of the shrouds yet, so they're not as distinctive as they should be.
Yeah.
And these are basically... These are basically
flamethrowers?
totally unarmored flamethrower rushers.
Is this gonna be a flamethrower
But
fest? Oh, I can't wait
interesting thing to note about Alosa ships, when I was testing against some of my own ships, one thing that his do is that they actually use the core explosion. They ram and explode against enemies. You can see when they get destroyed, they since they're right in melee range and the core's right up front, the core explosion does high damage to the enemy when they die.
Where's the owl finish?
Ooh, getting surrounded here.
Is owl better dead?
He is turning that it probably died. I hope it died. It should die. That one shouldn't exist.
Like
shield resisting
city.
the
oh my god, I love it.
I will note the similar to the lances, the flamethrowers lose damage over distance.
I mean, at least the shields are kind of holding up.
The let me pull this up again. The flamethrower damage scaling. They're another weapon which has.
I think Ship can probably pull it off.
It might be able to, because again, these ships, this is long range for flamethrowers. A lot of these ships are sitting off at range. Flamethrowers are most effective at, like, basically point blank. The flames do less damage as they spread out. Let me check the...
Wow. The pure flamethrower comps get matched up against each other.
Yeah.
Still mostly intact. Oh, nice job. Hey,
so, by the way, the in terms of damage scaling here, the at basically melee range, the flamethrowers do 3,120 DPS at close range. Out at their maximum range,
how
which
did
is
not
like,
pop the shields then?
their maximum range is like 700 or something. They do. It's because they're sitting too far away. They're only doing about 720 damage if they sit further out.
Rip.
So they're not as effective. They're only really effective at popping shields when they're up close.
I don't know.
They are very good.
And these shields are still alive.
I mean, we're talking up close for flamethrowers.
Oh,
their maximum range is like half.
Like, dude, this looks pretty close, right? It doesn't get close.
Yeah, that's close.
And these shields are still alive, I think.
Well, they're working as intended. You can see the shields falling, but keep in mind that the shields also have regeneration, right? So they're resistant to damage.
I don't know. I feel like Lance's pop shield, like I can't, like a full Lance.
Yeah, it's because it's burst damage compared to continuous damage.
I see. You're like a full Lance salvo hit.
Should not be.
All my shields go down.
MGW regarding Helix Lance hint. It's not that it's too high, but it's that it's aiming. I tested this very thoroughly, but what's happening is that it's trying to hit with the tip of the lance bolt. So since the lance bolt's quite long, the entire trailing part of the bolt misses against moving targets. It'll only get glancing hits.
I guess you could get
that isn't accidental, though they're supposed to be bad against moving targets. Because they're low velocity and have very long projectile, it doesn't there's no way to really aim the entire bolt at once against moving stuff.
Wait, someone said shield.
I might reduce the thing. This is Yenyu's ship with the double snare insanity. Yeah, it does have batteries.
Yeah, it does have batteries.
That's probably just to allow both the snares to fire at the same time instead of staggering the shots.
Well, it's pretty staggering.
Oh no, I mean like instead of staggering the fire rate of them. Anyway, he's got massive massive snare insanity. It's
One giant battery. Like, why is it called
Yeah.
garbage hauler? It's carrying energy, the most precious resource in the universe.
He was saying that he thought his submission was garbage, so he called it garbage hauler, and also that it's disguising itself as a garbage hauler ship.
These ships are in for a bad time. I can. Also, my computer loves. this
Yeah.
weapon.
Lyle was saying he thinks flamethrowers are OP, but this is one of the strong countermeasures. I don't think in this case.
He's,
Yeah.
dying.
You can see them working here. In this case, they actually rammed through the snares. I think I mentioned this already, but if you manage to ram the center of the snare, it shuts down the
two
snare.
different places. Okay.
This is actually a circumstance where I think also Yenyu's ship really shouldn't be rushing this.
Oh, yeah. I think Serpenti's
he's,
good as a kiter. Like, you just drop it, and then you run away, and then they run through it.
Yeah, Duke's saying this is why he staggered the snare. Yeah, the snare uptime. The snares have about, I think about 5 to 8 seconds of downtime between shots.
Alright, the rerun.
So if you stagger them, they'll keep up. Pause for a sec. Let's take a look at these. So you can see now with debris ship, or not debris ship, Duke's ship.
I actually like this. Good job. I like the aesthetics on this, like with the banding holes in the solid. Like it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Chef's kiss.
You can see it's only firing one snare now. This is because it doesn't have enough power. You notice it doesn't have any batteries. So this means that it'll stagger the snare shots. And only be firing one at a time, which means there will never be downtime on the snares. It will always have one active.
Were you ready?
That damage over time field. And then he's got the brawlers to distract. And kill, actually. They'll kill just fine.
Do we really need to have the killable node? I feel like it makes the snare too... not RNG, but like, since it's not reliable, right? Like, you dedicate so much for something that might get...
Here's the thing. It wasn't... It's a consequence of how the game functions. I can't actually
It's actually not intentional?
It was something that was accidental, but when I realized it was the thing, I was just like, yeah, I'm okay with this, for balance reasons. I don't mind it, but it wasn't... I also can't get rid of it, even if I wanted to.
I see.
Yeah, this is a much stronger anti-rusher fleet.
Yeah, those brawlers are holding back.
The advantage of the Yenyu's one is that against something like MGWs, for example, ooh, some brawlers getting in. It might take out the cap ship.
It's rotating. It's
not quite.
Oh wait, hit it with something? Hit a direct shot with
hit with the actual snare shot.
That's pretty funny. Does it actually do damage?
Yeah, decent damage. Not massive, but like, I mean, it's basically trivial damage compared to the damage of the actual snare deploying. But it does do some. I basically made it do some damage for the purpose of giving it high knockback, so that it blows stuff out of the way of the snare and doesn't get it instantly rammed as much.
Oh,
heavy ships can just continue carrying on through it and ram the snare, but against light, it prevents light ships from instantly disabling it.
Okay. Is that an attractor laser?
Yeah. The all of Lyle's ships do have a single attractor beam, which is good for a flamethrower rusher. It helps them. It pulls themselves toward the enemy and pulls the enemy toward them.
Is it a little one or a big one?
We'll see if there's only one scale of attractor. Two scales of deflector, only one scale of distractor. More or less. Ooh, that one got rammed. That one might be in a rough spot.
Yeah, see, that's...
Another snare deploying, but I think it's just his ship is so squishy. Like, this would have been fine if his ship had...
maybe?
If it either kited or if it were a little bit tougher.
Or maybe, no, maybe Leoff's ships are just too fast. That could be it.
In this case, yeah. The speed definitely helps.
I mean, he's definitely going forwards, though, so...
Yeah, I think his ship is a little... No. Actually, no. With a snare ship, I don't think it's bad for him to be aggressive, but at the same time...
okay, it's like pretty neutral. Does that have rangefinders on it?
That's decent enough. It does have a rangefinder. I think really the thing here is it's just how lightly armored it is.
Well, I mean, maybe I don't know, Duke. Did you expect this many? Yeah, this is definitely not your normal fleet composition of a bunch.
Like you can see he's doing good damage here. He's killed off over 30 of Lyolf's ships, and Lyolf's aren't lightly armored ships
This
either.
can probably do it. It clears out everybody in the area.
Oh yeah, his cap ship actually survived here.
This looks.
But we'll see if it stays surviving. It's got another shot soon.
Oh, you got it.
Another
You got
shot
the
soon
shot
there.
up.
Snare deploying.
Easy.
We've got one surviving in the middle of the grid, although it's drifting, might drift into the grid.
Okay, that.
Got a brawler engaging. Ooh,
This
ships
goes
behind
all
in the
his
back.
power.
From the
Yeah,
back,
his-
it's no armor in the back at all. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think if Duke was in first pool, he probably would have cleared out.
I doubt it. Your ship would have kited him.
Oh, that is true. Like he eats one bad.
And Floofs, for that matter. Floofs also would have kited him.
Yeah, if Duke eats one bad cascade.
Maybe
salvo,
debris as
that
well.
might be good. Not good. Oh, and
D-
are you sure
debris-
he's a
yeah.
moving target? Yeah, not moving that.
Yes. Do you see how the snare is clipping the edge though? This is what I'm talking about, where it's aiming. It aims with the tip of the tip of the helix bolt.
Oh wow.
But if the target's moving, the rest of the bolt misses.
Alright, it's skill time.
And
I think skill can
congrats
do it.
Lyolf
These
taking that.
drones are very powerful if there's no PD.
Yeah, this will be interesting. This is the only actual drone fleet we've got. These are little drones with sector beams. These are the turreted laser cannons. They actually orbit enemy
The
ships.
flamethrowers burning the hexagon.
I think his drones might just not have enough DPS here to
Is there a
clean up all
pattern?
of this.
No, I think there's some headway here. I wonder if there's a pattern towards the shields. 24,000, 25,000.
So skill here is relying on a lot of armor. I think this would go in his favor if he were relying on distractors instead.
I don't.
But
This is drone.
well, a lot of the problem here is that many of the drones are being killed as they spawn.
Yeah, the flames. They just run into the flames. He's got a sizable amount of.
They're literally spawning into the flamethrowers, and like half of them are just dying outright. If he had distractors to keep these occupied, I think he would be able to
I don't
take
know.
this. But
I think
as it stands
distractors
now-
can get flamed pretty easily. Flamethrowers.
not if you put deflector cannons on them.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. Deflector cannons are pretty expensive, right? Once you put a
Not very.
cord out.
You only really need one for
Aren't they 500?
flamethrower
I
rushers.
think they're 500.
Like look how quickly the drones do kill these. They that first one instantly died, and these other ones don't take that long.
guess
If you just had something to keep Lyolf ships occupied, I think he'd do fine.
Where he spent all his.
I
I
will
know,
say I do feel that for a drone, essentially a drone troll like this, these should be reverse thrusters instead of forward.
I don't think it
It would-
matters.
it
I
would
don't
at
think it's
least-
going anywhere.
I don't think
these are
he
gonna
would
catch up
win
to
this. I don't think he would win this either way, but it would at least buy him more time.
Leo,
I just
Bill,
think it would generally be better.
good,
Um,
good team, Leo. It's actually surpassed my expectations.
Yeah, they also
mean-
have a solid fleet. It's just flame rushers, but they're decent flame
But
rushers.
I think
they do what
this
they
faction
should.
is susceptible to just any kind of distraction. I feel like even a lot of little ships are gonna have that.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I mean,
that's
maybe because we
what
didn't
I'm
have
saying.
any cascades in this. But then, no, cascades also have an issue because they can't track that many.
They're not good close up.
They can't
Basically, you need to keep the swarm of flame rushers from focusing one target.
Or maybe if
Oh, let's see how this goes. So you've
Ooh,
got
that's-
look at this. The snares just wiping out. Ooh. So this is
Work
one
out.
advantage to the this is the one advantage to having Yenyu's double snare config where they fire both at once. They do much higher damage,
yeah,
and since the lattice.
big ship is dead.
Notice also how the lattice patterns conflict, so there aren't as many gaps in the lattice.
You know,
Ooh,
now I just
what's
realized.
happening there?
Well, he just got taken out by a
Oh,
random.
something did manage to get through though. I think what happened there was, remember how I was talking about the fact that Alois's little ships have core explosions?
Wow,
Like
they actually
their
come
core
across
is forward enough to cause damage when it explodes.
Okay,
If you can, let's see when this one dies.
Is it even shooting? Oh wait, what?
I didn't see what happened there. I think it was another core, but I can't be sure.
I'm surprised that.
Oh, actually, no. It was probably a what's it?
Oh, mine?
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I shouldn't say. I don't know what it was. Didn't see that one.
This might chop it.
Yeah, that chopped it.
This one's definitely. I remember what I was gonna say. I feel like Skill should have had a couple of push cannons.
Ooh,
those things are so good at.
Yes, I can agree with that.
And they're only like they're pretty cheap, like relatively to what they can do.
Yeah.
Like you just slap 6 on them, and I think you could have droned them easy. I don't know. That's knee-jerk reaction there. Wow.
But yeah, these Alos little ships, they do kamikaze if they can get
core missiles.
Yeah, they kind of are. Using the missile as the core as a warhead.
And big ship is just Russians.
Go over to the left. Well, yeah, see them kamikaze there on the left. Let's wait for one to get close.
Oh wow, that's a huge explosion. This might now that one can get close.
That one blew
this
up.
One right
just
here?
a chunk out of the side of debris or Duke's ship. But yeah, on the whole, this is a very good setup for horde wiping. Like for just taking out a swarm like this, Duke's got a good setup here.
Yeah, Duke has got a good setup. Kind of scary.
It's I really doubt that Duke's ships will handle long range very well.
I'll see how many cores.
But if they get kited, they'll have trouble.
Explosion.
See the core explosions there? As they kamikaze?
Just carving in.
He's literally got little like flamethrower kamikaze drones. I quite like them actually. This I think is the first kamikaze fleet we've seen. It is possible to do with core explosions. I don't think it's necessarily all that efficient.
That's a cloud, alright.
And the drone swarm.
No wait, it got distracted.
Distracted. Well, they're coming back. These drones, by the way, the Perel's drones orbit enemies.
He's got 2 directions. Oh, and they found a weak spot. Good job, Scott.
I thought about a flamethrower drone. I'm not going to do it just for lag reasons. I am going to add another drone type, but it's going to be basically stationary carrier drones.
I mean, you can make them more expensive. Oh yeah. To make the carrier drones shoot out flamethrower drones.
Basically, they're not going to be flamethrower drones. They're going to have the missiles on them. Although I don't know, I could experiment with flamethrower.
Just make them a little more expensive, I guess.
A snare drone, that would be a thing.
Oh yeah, they each plop down like a tiny triangle. Oh, that'd be so cute. Oh. Yeah.
I kind of like that actually.
Alright, double snare versus double snare.
But yeah, I'm going to have a ooh yeah.
And
okay, so now we just have a lattice that is death to everything inside it.
Yep. Run to that one.
They both instantly kill each other.
Awkward. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Duke survives this just because he's got his secondary ships as well, but this is literally just instant death to anything in it. On either side. It's just like a lattice work of light that kills anything that touches it. Well, that was the shortest match ever.
It is.
That was a thing.
Okay. He's pretty slow, so maybe.
So the question here really will be whether or not these snares can be effective enough as PD.
Like it's chopped the little pattern, sawtooth pattern too.
Yeah. It does that.
Oh.
Got another snare setting up.
Sorry.
He has no point. The Ginyu doesn't have point defense here, but the snare kind of does. Oh, you can see it coming in.
If it backs up, then. What the heck?
I don't know where that one fired. might be. I don't remember his bindings actually.
Can you push the snare around?
No, it's stationary.
Oh, okay.
It looks like he's going to be able to do it though. The PD is the snare is being very effective PD against these drones.
Yeah, that's interesting. Never thought of.
If he did set one of his snares to PD, I think that's a good call because he doesn't have any other form of PD.
And drones ram the snare core.
Lyle saying he thinks Duke's got the better idea of the stagger. I think the stagger is more flexible, but the double fire is better against heavy armor like this. I think
but you don't. Only one is already good enough against heavy armor. I guess MGW survived quite a while against.
It helps cut faster. I don't know. They set up with the double fire does also have more DPS in total. Not that it matters hugely. Look at that, just cutting triangles out of it. I love that.
Oh,
ooh, some of the drones are surviving here.
If he takes out enough power generation. Oh. I think he took out enough power generation.
Does he have a snare on PD?
I mean, I think he took out all his generators. So.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, he managed to fire one off to the side, so...
It needs to basically sit inside its own snare or AoE.
I don't think it needs to. That snare needs to be on the enemy ship.
Oh no, I mean to defend against the drones.
Oh, dude.
Can drones run into the snare cores and cancel them? I think it's technically possible, but very difficult.
I think,
just because the drones will almost certainly die before reaching it.
I think Yenyu has this. He just fires one more
maybe
snare and then...
if he gets another one. The debris is currently blocking him. This is unfortunately a debris bug issue.
Countered by the debris.
We'll see if it manages to correct itself.
It's about to get taken out once he sucks all the hexagons away.
Come on, fire one more.
Yeah, fired.
That's painful. Yeah, the debris bug. That bothers me a lot. I wish that wasn't a thing. I can't do anything about it though.
I think he gets it, right? This should... Oh, that shield is just enough.
Still technically alive. One more shot will do it.
Is it
did clear most of the drones. There we go.
Yeah, this is gonna do it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yen?
Yes, my apologies about the debris bug. There's nothing I can do about it currently. I've taken the best countermeasures against it I can, but they're not 100%.
Wait, does PD shoot at debris?
It doesn't.
It doesn't?
Sometimes it does, but not reliably.
You can put it on constant fire, right? Like the props, like the prop weapons, right?
Oh, the always fire?
Yeah, you could probably put it on always fire.
Then it constantly burns energy, though.
I mean, I don't think anybody really wants to hold out on a snare, though.
But you have them fire... Actually, the AI doesn't even aim with them when they're on always fire.
Yeah,
it
doesn't need to aim. It's the snare like covers the whole area.
It's spawned forward of the ship. You might have them firing backward.
I mean, I guess you could have a directional if you like have it as a directional.
Yeah, if you made it directional, you could.
Fire?
But I don't know. I'll think about it. I think overall it does more harm than good. Anyway, we're seeing here the combination of the snares and helix.
Casual.
Doing a great job again.
Yeah, casual.
Just cleaving through this armor.
Clean takedown. So are we only getting one winner out of this? Or two?
Two-way tie there. It was... Who was that? I didn't... It was Lyolf and Duke?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Lyolf and Duke were the winners here.
32,000.
So we'll take a total. There was a three-way tie in the first pool.
Wow,
and
an
two-way. Yeah, we'll take 5. That's very clean.
That's really nice. That's clean.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
So congrats to Lyolf and Duke there on that. Two very different fleets, but both very effective. Yeah, 5-person champs pool.
God, this thing takes up the whole thing. Okay, how do you want to arrange this?
For fairness' sake, let's just do them in order. MGW, Debris, Splinter.
Wait, this is fair?
And then Lyle, Duke. Actually, you know what? No, just mix them up. Mix them up.
I'm putting myself at the end because
Whatever.
I'm a host, so.
Well, that doesn't matter. Actually,
MGW 's
it doesn't actually matter because it's pool. It's pool, not bracket. So whatever. Yeah. The order is literally irrelevant. Whatever.
No, it's not. It's not relevant because I think on pool, if you're on the last, you're always far right. I think.
Are you? Okay.
I think so. We can see. But I think we're okay with this, right?
Oh yeah, that should be fine. Give me just a sec.
No,
I'll
I'm a
be
sucker
back
for
in a
debris
moment.
though. I'll put debris first. Give debris the.
Yeah, I'll leave this
fighting
one up
chance.
to your judgment. Do what you will. I don't
Alright,
think it matters
debris. I'm
greatly.
giving you the biggest buff. Brick does well versus flame. Let me know when you're ready, Alf. You get another snack, right? Oh, I want to eat some more. Oh, what time is it? 3:18. Be good that time.
Alright then. So, welcome to the champion pool for CFT 3.5. I don't know. Let's see.
Alright.
Got Debris,
Dude,
Lyle,
the
Deep Slayer,
The upsplit is scary.
MGW, and Desmond, or Splinter. Splinter
Scares
with Desmond. First up, we've got Debris up against Lyle. This should be interesting. We've got a Snare and Cascades, both of which are quite effective here. Against swarm fleets like this, but at the same time, if Lyle can get a good surround off.
Does Debris have any other weapons? Oh, he's got some flamethrowers. Okay, maybe that's...
Got some flamethrowers.
I think if a big ship has some flamethrowers, that... Like what we saw with Alois's fleet, it was...
Yeah, they're decent defensively.
Pop.
A lot of them getting taken out by that Snare. About half the fleet. And you can see from the, what's it, the Scorpion chair or whatever? Sitting out in the back, just sniping with that.
Oh, that's the
Divergence
monitor.
Cascade.
Okay, so that's... Well, I mean, maybe not. But,
Take a look at the, what's going on over there.
casually flaming, fighting back.
Debris actually doing a good job of not getting surrounded and staying on kind of the edge of the swarm, which is exactly where he wants to be.
Well, I think Debris just has enough flamethrowers that he's not overwhelmed.
That's something else. I'm just noticing that he's with his ship being pretty mobile, he's actually able to.
I mean, he was surrounded at one point. He just killed them all. So
he killed them on one side and then kind of moved off to the sides, which I don't think was intentional necessarily, but did work out for him. And yeah, does just fine.
So
Between the
flamethrower is such a good
it is.
I mean, I
guess both the snares. So here's the thing about flamethrowers, right? Flamethrowers on large ships aren't very good at killing other large ships.
Yeah.
They don't have enough range.
Yeah.
Flamethrowers on small ships are very good at killing large ships.
Are they? I feel like there's a lot of short range.
As we've seen with Lyle's fleets.
Is there
just
any
broadly
other
speaking.
short range?
Flamethrowers are definitely the best short range.
Do lasers do anything? I don't think I've tried big laser
yet. But the lasers are okay, but they're really expensive in energy.
Okay.
And their DPS is not that high. It's okay. It's just not that high.
So what was the reason for the other two laser scales?
They're just there.
They're just there.
They're basically the sort of normal weapon. Yeah, Floof, I agree on the needle beams being weak. I'm probably gonna buff them. They're not bad stat-wise, but just the fact that they're spinal. The fact that they're spinal makes them a little bit weak. I'll probably just give them either a little bit more arc, a little bit more damage, or both. Not sure.
I think if you gave them more range, that'd be cool.
Actually, maybe Yeah, maybe more range or less energy. I'll experiment with them. I'll experiment with them. Their theoretical DPS is high, but with the fact that they're spy, it nerfs them a lot. You can see again, this is what I was talking about, right? With
I guess more
debris
could
ship
be cool.
sort of pushing its way out of the swarm.
Killing
and then it
everybody
sets
in
up
its
the
path.
snare, and then when the flamethrower rushers try to follow it, they run into the snare.
Good job, Bree.
Pretty effective formula overall.
Good.
I think mines would have done the same job, honestly, but the snare does give it better anti-heavy capability.
I have mine. I mean, yeah. I mean, mines do work against heavies. They hurt.
do. It's
They
true,
just-
actually. That is
They
true.
just it just relies on the heavy to actually walk into the minefield, and that doesn't always
Yeah.
happen.
The mines you can almost consider a more long range but more defensive version of the snares. Like you can't play offensively with
Or I think
mines at
more
all.
short range, right? Because you can't launch them across the.
Well, you can get further away from them, is what I mean by long range. Like if you deploy them and then kite, the mines will stick around.
I mean, you could do the same thing with the snare. I guess yeah, snare
it doesn't. It doesn't
last.
last.
Yeah.
I think the mines last for 60 seconds,
Oh. That's...
and the snares last for about 10.
And somebody's getting triangled to death.
Ooh. Both people are getting triangled to death, but debris
got
gets
more
hit by the double
triangled.
snare. Yeah, snare against snare is weird, honestly.
I think snare against snare, whoever kites, or I guess MGW can almost out tank a snare, or whoever distracts the snare wins.
Yeah, the fact that there's no distractors here is a little bit. Although snares do have large AOE, so it's not that
I'm gonna
bad.
speed this up. Actually,
We'll see. It's possible that this might be able to whittle them down. Actually, I don't think it's going to, but it is theoretically possible.
dude, for a sec I thought those debris of snares. Like what? How impossible? Oh, look.
Yeah, I really think do think Debris' little ship, the Scorpion Chair, could have used more cascades. Ooh, it is now targeting the main ship from Duke, and does have the capability to damage it. There's
it's cutting
here.
That's
It might be
cutting in.
regenerating too quickly.
I think he's barely.
He has a chance here. He has a chance here as well.
I don't think he's regenerating fast enough. If he takes.
No, he's definitely taking some damage.
Oh, this might regen a little bit.
We'll see if it's if it takes out one of the
bit.
snares, though. It might be able to actually take out one of the snares. If it does, then it won't be able to match the regen. Yeah, if he just had one,
there's not enough TP.
if he just, it depends on the RNG of the cascades.
I think he needs like godlike RNG.
If he just
Normal
had, like,
RNG's not
two-
gonna cut it.
No,
It's not gonna...
on a particularly good hit he could, but it's unlikely.
Now that there's dudes blocking the way.
Yeah, especially with those. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna happen.
Alright, dude. Before I... Yeah, I'll say.
He is-
Take
he is
this one. If I
actually-
eat my words, then that's fine. I'm totally happy.
he actually took out one of the snares. It's regenerating,
shoot
but
a
it's not
snare?
regenerating. No, one of the the guns, the snare guns, was actually destroyed there. But yeah, Debris really needs more cascades on this small ship.
I mean, Debris probably doesn't have enough money, so he wants to
Oh no,
have
I
some
mean he
stuff on this.
should have moved the cascades from the big ship to the small one, because the big ship gets up close, so it doesn't use
I
any
see.
spell.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he had it, so...
Both snares going off, doing some damage on both sides, not getting any major kills.
One has more snares than
Ooh,
the
both
other.
of them
Whoa,
snaring
what
each
the
other.
heck?
Ooh, both
Oh.
might take each other out.
Yeah.
Nope, Debris just barely survives.
Nice. Hex
Yeah,
King,
Duke's ship is very lightly armored. It can't really take a
triangle.
it can't really take a snare shot. Debris ship actually can tank a snare as long as it's moving, so that the damage doesn't get focused.
Yeah, see.
Because it is
Nice
worth
job.
keeping in mind, right, that the snare is a damage over time effect.
Yeah.
it's not instantaneous, so if you keep moving, it will spread out the damage, and you won't take as much.
All glory to the Hex
heavily.
gang. Is this gonna cut into Duke? Oh, that's not good.
It's
Oh,
right on the edge
Duke's?
of
Maybe
snare.
that's Duke's.
It's hard to... It's right on the edge of debris snare.
Oh,
Snare versus snare is so weird, man.
Man, why do you have different colored snares?
If it fires again, it might take out... Oh, I think it'll kill...
Oh, this is gonna kill
Duke.
both. Yeah, that is...
Yeah. Both double kill. I think Debris got this at this point.
Mutually assured.
He's got the Cascade ship.
Yeah, 276 points to 5,000. Yeah, not happening.
And it will eventually kill. Again, Cascades aren't very reliable at killing at long range, but they will do the
snipes
job.
one off.
Yeah, but like not to say that they can't. They're just not reliable because the spread is so high.
I don't know. There's enough bullets in there to make it hit. You see, there's like at least 290.
Yeah. I'm talking about like actually hitting the core of them. It takes... In this case, though, he's not really in threat, so like he's not actually in danger from the ship. He can just kite it forever. So, it's fine.
Good job, Debris.
Yeah, so between Debris' faster ship, but being both faster and more heavily armored, he was actually able to survive the snares a lot better.
Hex gang. Alright, I won't talk bad about Hex gang anymore. They can survive a staggered snare. That's impressive.
I will say, in that same situation, I think with the Yenyu's double snare ship, it would have killed Debris very quickly.
Because it's doubled up. Well, yeah, looks like
I think the double snare would have just shredded through that. Whereas the single snare was
Helix
actually able to be tanked.
versus Cascade. Who would win?
Up close Helix, but that would rely on him.
I think
staying
Debris
in
is
range.
gonna run.
Yep,
Ooh,
that's what I
Scorpion,
would expect. It
pretty
to.
fast for a
and
Scorpion
yeah,
charge.
that's what it does.
Whee!
Just keeps it. This is basically a kiter. It's a
I see.
heavy kiter. And kiters doing kiter things.
Dude, imagine if he had 2 on that. What a force to be reckoned with.
And yeah, that is true. Duke. It might have just gotten taken out
he got?
immediately.
Is that
Yeah,
a
because
timeout,
he has
or-
that is true. He doesn't have any other ships at all.
Oh, I think we've seen this one before.
We have seen this one before. Let's see if it goes the same way again.
Got by.
This is one that we know can go either way. I think Debris has the advantage here overall, but it's not guaranteed.
It's close. You can take out this distraction. Alright, you took that up. Where did he fire the... Oh, the triangle landed right. That's gonna hurt.
That's a pretty solid one. Not quite as close as it should have been, but pretty good nonetheless.
And I was actually lying. It did not hurt at all.
I mean, it took off probably like
This is gonna hurt.
100,000 armor.
This is gonna hurt.
Ooh. That is not the angle he wants to be at. Okay, he's trying.
Okay, he's rotated.
That's fine.
Okay, anytime I want someone to not die, I'll just say it'll hurt. That's...
The caster curse strikes again. Not a great snare deployment.
I mean, if it can cut
Oh,
out
that
a weapon...
that one might.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
that might
yeah,
work.
that's a good, this is a good...
Yeah, never mind, that is a good one. I thought it was too far away, but it's not.
I'll let it just chop down.
Bur-
I think
burning
maybe it's
through the,
pre-damaged. It's
generator
probably just
cluster.
pre-damaged. Maybe that's why it cut through so easily. And it's gonna burn. Fire. Dude, bricks should be strong against fire, right? That's like how you make bricks. You like heat up the clay.
I think
Brick
it's
of
maybe
wood. It's
this-
a brick of wood. That's what it is.
It looks like a brick of vines or something.
Yeah, right. Is a
It makes me think. It makes me think it's very planty with that color scheme.
environmentally friendly. Yeah, it's all green and viney and like these dudes. Environmentally friendly brick.
I will say also, like, just from the nature of this faction, even though MGW is using the heavier armor, it's still not that strong. Like this is inherently a squishy faction.
I see.
And
Yeah,
also
that's
the heavy armor is more vulnerable to splash, like the flamethrowers.
Are there that many? Oh, I guess.
Ooh,
Does
the
Lance
lances
flash?
might actually.
He's rotating. As long as he's rotating, he
The
can't
ship
cut.
does a very good job at turning. Well, it's probably because of the distractors.
Yeah, the
as well.
distractors
But
are
that's-
actually helping.
That's it. That is what
Or-
makes him go off angle in the first place. So.
Yeah, that's.
Ooh, the lances might snipe here.
Oh wow,
Ooh,
what a
yeah,
snipe!
that they do.
Now if this dying breath of
it
a
won't
snare
kill.
can do anything,
Yeah, it's not gonna kill him.
all right.
You can do some damage, but
This
not
is just
gonna
like
kill.
the first pool. It's like 1-1, and then mysterious third round.
Yeah. This is not a guaranteed win for either side, but I do think Debris overall has a advantage here.
Oh, these are chopping.
Yeah. Well, this is exactly what Cascades are for. He just
Single
doesn't have enough of
cascade
them.
is doing this much work. Wow.
Yeah. They're meant to take out. This is literally the exact purpose of Cascades. Is for tearing through
And
the
I
armor
still-
of big
and I
ships
still
like this.
love
He just
that.
doesn't have enough. He only has one of them. That's what I was saying. Was like, look how much damage the Cascade is doing versus the long range Lancets.
Not even. How does it miss a target that large? I think
I
it's.
don't
Oh, it got
know.
distracted. I think it's trying to.
Oh, okay.
Gonna be standalones, maybe.
There is a small chance here because the Cascade does actually have enough piercing power to cut in,
I think he's
but
gonna
not
heal up,
while
right?
distracted. Yeah,
Is
not
he
while
not
distracted.
healing up?
I think he's
He's
colliding with
hitting
debris. Yeah. Not with debris as in the participants,
Person.
but debris as in the actual debris from his own ship.
I guess
I think-
these things. That's what he gets for building fractals, I guess.
Yeah, he just needs needs more cascades on the ship. I really wish he'd just put like
Imagine
one or
if he
two
just
more
had
cascades on
one
it.
more. He just.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough kill
Clean
power right
house.
now. And this is cascades working as intended. They're not meant to be that effective against small targets, unless you have a lot.
Just as it dies.
Yeah, it
Oh,
works.
the
Like
debris made
it
it
does
all the way.
kill. It's just it takes a while. If there 20 seconds left, we'll see. I don't think he's gonna do it, but
I think
who
he can
knows?
do it. Oh, actually, no. These shields are gonna survive it. Never mind. Oh, wait,
It's
just
very
do the
good
shields
against.
die up.
Yeah, cascades are very good against shields.
I just need
It's
the
possible.
RNG.
It's possible.
He needs all the spread to
Five.
just go. Take out one
Oh,
shield.
so close. So
0
close.
seconds.
Last shot? No, doesn't
Nope.
quite land it.
Very close.
Oh, it does cut it off.
He
though.
separated. Yeah, he separated it.
Oh, that was incredibly
was
close.
close.
One more shot would have done that.
SMW doesn't exist anymore, Duke. Sad.
Yeah, what happened to SMW?
Probably found like a cooler game like Fortnite or something.
You can't just say that.
Can't just say that. This looks.
Ooh, that's not where he wants to be.
No, it's okay. He's gonna rotate. He's gonna rotate. It's fine.
He is
it's fine.
rotating, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, if you get damage into your back, if you're gonna rotate, then that's actually probably good because you can preserve some of your forward.
Snare should kill both those distractors and damage the cap ship.
I think next snare. Oh no, he's staying in place for too long.
We'll see. I don't want to say anything. I
Obvious
couldn't jinx
caster
it.
bias.
I couldn't jinx it.
If you feel there's caster bias, MGW, just know that anytime we say something, it does the opposite. So we're actually, yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to help you out.
We're actually helping. Hold on here. I think next lance hit should do the trick. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, close range lances are pretty scary.
Okay, snare plus.
That's not a bad snare. That's
full-
not a bad snare at all.
Full cascade hits. Oh yeah,
Taking
there
out
goes.
half the lances go down,
Yeah, that is. easy.
and it's advancing into them, destroying another 2 lances.
Yeah.
One more shot will finish them off.
You never know. This pendulum looks like he's got spunk.
I don't think. Did that one get rammed? Yeah, that one got rammed.
Debris goes on a tear through crown of the champion
Yeah.
before we even get to anybody else. Oh man.
Very nice, very nice.
Heating up that brick.
Yeah, again, flamethrowers at their max range, not doing that much. But
That's keeping the shields down, I guess.
yeah, it's doing
Cascade
something.
Lane.
Like he's got 3 of them. That's not a small amount of flamethrower.
That is.
It does eventually. Yeah.
A dead brick. Brick.
Brick. Now multiple bricks. Yes, it has been cut into tiny little pieces.
This should take care of it. And a little disrespectful send off. Just why?
MGW wants a mega snare for 64,000.
3 wins on debris. Oh my god, he's
that might be kind of fun actually. Yeah, Debris putting on a very good showing. Ooh, we can see the snares though, or not the snares, but the cascades here.
And that. I like how it just casually hits Scorpion Chair on the side.
That said, cascades are very good against the shields that Desmond uses as most of its protection here.
These are decorative. Oh god, that's actually a lot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're doing a lot of damage to
Scorpion Chair
shields.
dies first.
Yep, cascade hits. Remember, they're spreading out a lot, so it hits both.
That should do the trick.
And the lance finishes off.
Debris Championship's hopes. Actually, I think it's still be champion.
I think Debris would outbrawl this, but he's not.
I think I'm
he's not
a little
aggressive
close.
enough against this.
That is a lot of cascade hits. There's just waves just taking out all kinds.
Yeah, once again, cascades are literally designed for killing large amounts of armor at range.
Shockwave.
That is their purpose.
And and then there's actually a point to all the rest of the matches, so that's good.
Yes. I like competitive pools. I like competitive pools a lot. They're nice. It also means I haven't made anything horribly broken, which is nice.
I think we've seen this.
We have, but this one is a little bit orangey, honestly, just because it depends on the spawning of Future. If he gets the cap ships rounds early, it might go. I don't think it's going to happen in this case, though.
Oh, hello, Alexander Whip. I don't think I saw him in chat earlier.
Yeah, Alex is back.
And
is it going to get taken out? Or okay, setting up another snare.
Oh, they're not moving that
damage,
much.
Though. They're in between the snares.
Why do I feel like the snare's not doing that much damage? I'm expecting like all these ships to pop, but they're... okay, now they're...
a lot of them are sitting in between,
3K versus
the grids.
700.
These are relatively small ships, so they have some level of snare resistance, just because they can sit between the grids for longer.
Oh, it'd be really cool if Layoff had more attract beams. I want to see them get sucked in. That'd be very cool.
We've seen a number of attractor beams, but not many that use tons of them.
I think these attractor beams are actually pretty strong. Or maybe it's because these are lightweight. I don't know.
They're basically as strong as one thruster, I think.
Because I remember, was it the vanilla attractor beams just seemed so useless. But like
these are a lot stronger. These are a lot stronger than the vanilla ones. These are, I hope, not OP, but they are decently powerful.
Potentially. But I think the thing is
another flames in the back of
oh yeah, there goes all his power.
That's the downside, having no armor at all on the back. That's rough.
I mean, Duke is built to...
I will say, by the way, the tractor beams do actually deal damage as well. Not a lot.
Like, was it 30 damage? 30 DPS?
Yeah, with it applying directly into the core, though, that's some damage.
How much do they cost? 50p?
I don't recall off the top of my head. Let me check. They are...
Oof. I like the core flanks debris all over the place.
How much? Yeah, they're 50p. 50p for 300,000 pull force. They're
wait, is that cheaper than thrust?
No.
Probably not. It's like, that'd be pretty crazy.
A small thruster is... Actually, let me check the actual number.
I thought big thruster's 900k thrust.
A small thruster is 10 points for 100,000. So it's basically the equivalent of 3 thrusters. 3 small thrusters.
Wait, but for 20p more expense, I guess?
For 20p more expense.
Does that factor into your speed calculations? Probably not.
My speed calculations? No.
For passing the...
Nah, I don't have a good way of checking it. It would just be a complete disaster to actually check.
Yeah, right?
See, this is an interesting matchup we haven't seen before, actually.
Yeah, they're working at it.
I do think
I think there's too much
should
time
be quite good
to...
against this.
These lances have to turn. So it's like each ship represents a time amount that he has remaining.
Like, I do actually want this to be, this is something that should counter Lyle's fleet, or not Lyle's fleet, counter MGW's fleet.
This barrier is actually helping,
It is a little bit, but it's okay. They're coming in the back here. The shields are resisting a little bit, but not with this one close up.
There's one shield. That is the last bastion. He has one ship left to do it.
Still got half his fleet, though.
They're milling about. Okay, I think as long as they have a tether. As long as they have a tractor tether.
I will say the deflector cannons are actually definitely pulling their weight on MGW's fleet.
Well, the shield is. No, these two shields are heroes.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I think MGW takes this.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're too disorganized.
I don't know why his ships aren't
close.
Interesting.
Alas.
I'm not sure why his fleet is so spread out.
I think they have poor turning ability.
It might be. They should really be clustering on it.
I mean, I don't know.
Also,
That's a huge ask of
the
AI.
deflector can. Yeah, that's true.
Like, I know, like Leop always builds swarms, and they never gang up like an organized group.
And MGW takes it, surprisingly enough. We'll see if that. I think this one can probably go either way.
Wow, that shield just sucked all the wind out
of the
flamethrower sails. Just two shields to the...
I don't know.
This is 3,000 DPS. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it is, but each shield has
point blank range, I guess.
That's point blank range, and each shield has 1,000 regen.
Right.
So you're effectively, since the shields are overlapping on the core, that's effectively 2,000 regen.
But
so
there's like 4 flamethrowers at it. I saw. That's 1 point.
Yeah, remember though, it's only 3,000 at point blank.
Is it
you're
damage spread that bad once it reaches?
Yeah, it is.
I think that's...
I don't remember what it is at. I said it earlier, but I don't remember.
Yeah, this is
it does okay damage at range, but...
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I might buff it a little bit. I don't know. I'll think about it. I was getting people saying that flamethrowers were OP, but I don't think that's the case.
Who was saying it? This is kind of ratchet.
Lyle for one.
That's nice.
Yeah, they only do 720 at range, so a shield will fully negate one flamethrower at a distance.
I don't know. I feel like these two shields just negated everything.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, do you guys like this is intended? I don't want them to be OP. I don't know. I think flamethrowers are in a decent spot at this point, where they're useful but not OP. I might
probably rank them 2 tiers below Lance. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I might nerf the Lances are getting nerfed regardless. I think Lances are OP.
Actually, I don't know. I think it's cool to. I'd consider like Lance.
Here's the thing.
What if we considered Lance good and just buffed everything else?
I don't think Lances are overpowered in a general case, but in a situation like this against many targets, I don't want them rotating this quickly.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
They acquire targets too quickly.
But slow rotations feel so bad to play.
I don't want them to be super slow. I deliberately gave them a decent rotation speed, but I think I went a little overboard and made them too fast. I'm probably going to drop that by about maybe about a third to half.
And MGW cleans house.
Shields, Siphon Shields, I may drop the regen a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like Siphon Shields are in a good spot.
I do want them to resist. Actually, maybe not. Maybe
I think
not.
they're in a good spot.
They might be fine.
And...
Because I do want them to be able. I do want them to be able to tank Lance Fire at range.
Cascade.
I didn't want to prevent them from doing that.
I don't think they can tank Lance Fire at range.
I mean, we saw that they could because your ship tanked Lance Fire at range and survived.
I thought I lost against MGW.
You did, but only because his AI trigger made you go too close. The one match where you did actually stay at range, it was a 1 to 2. And the one match where you did stay at range, you were fine.
Lance.
Yeah,
Cascade.
I know, the shields might actually
I'm running out of space, actually. This might actually
You are running out of space. I think you probably could have done with a few distractors. Like, little distractors with, what's it called? With, deflector cannons.
No, I want to be pure. This is a religious ship. yeah, I know distractors are actually really good in this matchup, but, I want to go pure.
I will say, your shields here, since flamethrowers are a splash weapon, your shields should be pretty good against them. Oh, look at your shields just flashing on as the
it's like it almost turned into a different color.
Yeah. With the default colors, the shields are actually invisible when they're not taking damage.
Oh. Energy. Suck. So the fire's like, this is just giving me power.
Yeah, they're just not attacking at the same time, and shields counter flame.
No, I have actually a space in the back that's not shielded. It's kind of fun, kind of.
If I do end up nerfing flames, or not nerfing flames,
I think the shields are just unnaturally good against flamethrowers.
If I do end up nerfing shields, probably the form that will take would be a radius decrease.
Wait, do you have anything that pops shield that's meant to pop shields?
Not currently,
I don't think if it does shield
but in
have,
the
like,
I will say this right now, in the next CFT 4 is going to have both IHC and Paralysis. And I am giving several IHC weapons a damage bonus against shields. I'm giving the I'm going to put
there's
anti
damage types in this?
There isn't,
How many of these are there? I've been killing these things for minutes.
There are 51 of them
everywhere.
This is literally shooting gallery right now. Also, I just want to point out the deflector's doing good work here, keeping the rushers at range.
I think rushers have it tough in this. I really couldn't get rushers.
Nope, I totally agree with that. At least against kiters.
I mean, Lev did pretty good, right? He made it to champions, so I'm just...
Yeah. Like, rushers aren't bad, it's just that they have counters. They have very strong counters, if you use them.
Because, I mean, technically, I feel like 50 versus 1 should be... Like, I think like in normal vanilla, right? You have like 50 torpedo kiters. Like,
yeah,
that should clean a single.
I will say though,
easily.
like the what's it called? The cascades are very good for this because they specifically are a weapon that hits an area.
Yeah. So
like they're an AOE, so.
But then they also are not totally useless against anti-capital, so I think that makes them a little.
They're good against large capitals. If you try them against, like, for example, one of my test cases was some of the IHC default ships.
I see. Yeah, that's right.
Like their actual fleet count, where they're long and narrow.
Yeah.
They don't take a lot of cascade damage.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't know about long and narrow. I mean, at least. I think it's cool though if you buff long and narrow ships because there should be more of them.
Yeah, that was very intentional. Normally. That's literally
the health regen on the shields is 1,000 a second to match up with how much energy they get.
They generate 1,000 up to 1,000 energy.
Just one.
Lyle, they have I think 2,000.
Yeah, they have 2,000. Yeah, 2,000 shield health to 1,000.
So two seconds to regen full. Pretty expensive though at 300p for small radius. I might be. Oh yeah, sorry. I was saying I lost my train of thought. In the next tournament, you'll see this.
This is very
I haven't implemented it up. I haven't actually implemented it yet, but you'll see it in the next tournament, the changelog. I am, with IHC weaponry, I'm going to be giving anti-shield multipliers, and you were asking how that works, by the way.
how
That
does it work?
it's
Does
you
Arthur
can
actually
fake. No, but it's a beneficial bug. It's a bug that I never want to see fixed. You can use frag proximity. Frag proximity doesn't detonate. It doesn't frag against shields. So frag proximity bullets will do no damage against hull, but damage shields. So if you stick frag proximity stage right at the end of your frag chain, it'll become an anti-shield stage. So what I'm going to use that for is that I'm giving the disruptor, the big spinal gun for IHC. I'm giving that the sniper turrets, the precision artillery, and the what's it called? The orb cannon, the energy sphere cannon.
Nice.
Those 3 weapons are getting anti-shield multipliers.
Are you gonna buff the lance, please?
The lance, which
I think the lance is a little version of the disruptor, right?
Oh, the plasma spears.
Plasma spears.
Yeah, actually, I might throw on a anti-shield on that, just because they should be popping shields.
I just want
instantly.
normal. I don't want normal damage.
People
use
yeah,
that much?
That's a good idea. I'll throw an anti-shield on those as well, just because they should pop shields instantly. I don't want shields resisting those.
Does IHC have shields?
IHC does not have shields.
Alright, it's Sapinski time. Except now there's 2
Yeah,
of them.
we'll see how
if
this
MGW
one
does
goes.
any
2
better.
of them should be interesting. They're not firing at the same time, so the DPS is not increased.
Duke almost took some fatal damage there.
The mine leadership is laying mines, but like the Duke is not flying into them, so it's fine.
Yeah, let's hear where are these guys aiming? They're aiming at the. Oh, these distractors are actually doing God's work. Like if this guy even looks at.
Oh yeah,
him,
that'll
like,
pop in 1 hit.
Like,
maybe 2.
These brawlers, you know, they're taking like how many shots?
Yeah.
6 salvos.
This is again, we're also seeing the lances like doing less damage at range. Up close, they see they're killing the brawlers.
It's gonna cut the whole.
Oh, yep, lance is down. Lance battery is disabled.
Not enough distractors.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about the balance of the snares currently?
I have reservations.
See, my current thought is that in this format, they seem slightly OP, but keep in mind that this is meant to be. We're going to be combining this with IHC.
I mean,
IHC has a hell of a lot of long-range weaponry, which just totally outranges snares.
I think this is just new, right? So I didn't see anybody really going full kite, and like once you kite,
no, you are literally the only pure kiter.
Yeah, because I had enough time to actually build a triangle and attempt to deal with it. It's like you just walk backwards, right? And so like that counters what a 20 KP strat.
MGW was saying that he. Sorry, go ahead.
What was MGW saying?
Oh, MGW was saying he thinks IHC will get destroyed by snares, just because they're better at being slow. I don't personally agree with that too much. Well,
I think it depends on your range. I think it depends on your range. I don't know what IHC range.
Because we've seen things like what was it? Cersei's battleship, which it was essentially a heavy kiter. And I think I don't think snares would be able to do anything against that.
I think it depends on your range. Like if your range is.
Yeah, well, that's what it was.
It was right? Artillery's like 3K range, maybe.
No, artillery's like 7K.
7K.
Snares are 3K.
Pretty bad, right? Like, I guess IHC will have.
I don't think so.
We've
seen a lot of artillery wins.
I thought they. I thought that was pre-nerf, but.
I didn't nerf them.
Oh, this.
I nerfed the light artillery, but not the not the other skills.
You only look.
Sorry, I should be commenting on the current match.
They're like all hiding under asteroids. Let's see.
Huh? Did the main ship for Duke go down?
Yeah, it's around here. It's like down around here.
Yeah, it got lanced to death.
Yeah. It was, there wasn't any distractors to...
Duke says he'd like to see Flechette and Needle buff. Yeah, Flechettes and Needles are already getting buffed. I haven't pushed it, obviously, because I didn't want to, I didn't want to affect the results of the tournament, but I am going to be buffing both of those.
I'm trying to think here.
Siphon Nerf, I'm going to hold. Siphon Nerf and Helix work. I can't speak. Siphon Nerf and
Siphon
Helix
Nerf,
rework.
I don't agree with. Helix rework, I do agree with.
I'm open to both of those ideas, but I'm not going to do them yet because I want to see what happens when they're combined with IHC.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I'm not balancing these around PS versus PS.
Dang.
PS is literally designed to be a CFT faction.
That is,
so ooh, yeah, that's... it does
right
take
before
the Atlantis, though.
Get cut off, though.
Yeah, but...
I think he can regrow. Oh wait, there's too much debris because he built
too much
like
debris,
this.
Yeah.
He's never gonna regrow.
I don't know who's gonna win this.
I mean, there's 2 minutes to regrow. I think he can do it. He can probably
if he does regrow.
I think.
But he's going to take the
Oh wait, he's
keep in mind also the helixes are actually good for this. Like, look how much damage that's doing. Not so much when he's moving, but when he's stationary at least.
I mean, he might run away if he can get out of range. He's hauling. I think he can regrow.
He is hauling. Wow.
There's still 2 minutes. 2 minutes is
maybe,
a long time in reassembly.
We'll see.
Oh,
he does have 2 distractors left though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get distracted.
You gonna regrow, buddy? What? Oh, okay. It's happening.
He's slowly. The regrowth on this heavy armor is slow. The light armor
and he comes
regrows a lot
back.
faster.
Oh my goodness! Why do you do this? Oh, it's because these lasers, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, this is probably bad.
We'll see.
This is the last guy left, and once this guy.
Yeah, the helixes do actually kill these pretty effectively.
Maybe if MGW had like a spine for regrowing purposes, that could probably work.
I realize I've been saying helixes the whole time. It's helices. Helices? Yes.
Like owlies. Owlsies.
My English. That hurts me that I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Is it helices?
It is helices. I just remembered. It's not helixes at all. It's helices.
Someone Google this for me. I don't believe it. I'm not ready to believe it.
And Duke takes it. Very nice.
Close, very close.
Also, you can see, like, this is probably the first time you've seen a good demonstration of it, but the helices drill pretty well.
My first showing against Duke.
Ooh, look at that cascade hit.
It's like, oh, you have distractors? I guess I'll hit all of them at once.
This is especially with the light armor. With Duke, or Duke.
Oh wait, I'm in the grid. I think I got distracted into
the. Yeah, you did. Survived though. Survived. It was only at the edge of the grid.
Still have some cascades left.
See if you can keep range now.
I'm recovering pretty fast.
You are.
And nobody wants to helix me for reasons.
Oh well, your deflectors are bouncing them away.
Oh, did he lose? He lost power, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, casual.
It's trying to regenerate, but it is for the moment disabled.
I think he's getting hit by random.
Yep. The helix,
cascades,
not the helices, the cascades do a very good job at disabling regen. Wow, that was nice.
Double kill. Very close, Duke. You almost got me. Yeah, I'm running distractorless, which is really hard in this because like I have nothing to distract snares with, and I get distracted by other people's distractors, and it's really.
I am very glad that you made a kiter though, because like cascade kiters like this are something I want to be powerful.
No, I don't think they should be powerful. I don't think this promotes healthy gameplay at all. I mean, but you didn't want to balance it within, so that makes sense.
Because you know what these counter perfectly though is again in the absence of AI triggers, like MGW's thing. I might end up banning those. Honestly, I don't like them.
AI triggers. Go. Right here.
But in the absence of AI triggers, though, this cuts through large volumes of armor, like space armor and stuff, very effectively.
How's this not dying?
Long range lance.
Oh, I see.
That's DPS loss.
Is this...
The cores are reasonably tough.
They're pretty tough.
Not massively, but reasonably so.
They're working on it.
I just didn't want random splash killing them.
Good sentiment. I still
with
don't know
the,
why the cascades randomly pop, if anything, like much as
I
looks
I
as
haven't noticed that.
such
I'll look
weird-
into it though. I'll look into it. I haven't noticed that happening, but it's possible. It's just something I I haven't been aware of. This one is honestly RNG and just depends
Do we
on
have a
the
three-way
AI
tie
trigger.
for what?
Maybe. We'll see.
Dude,
We'll
this
see.
looks like it's gonna hurt. Oh, it's barely.
Lyle sync possible Splinter sweep. MGW. Splinter
I'm at a
lost
good
against
range.
MGW last
Oh wait,
time.
no. This
No,
is
you're
looking
too
really
close.
bad.
You're
What am
focusing
I
on.
chasing after?
I think it's the AI trigger. Yeah, you can see the AI triggers split.
It's all the way over there. How did I hit? Oh, I see.
It's blocking the
cascades.
core. It's blocking the core. Hmm.
Nice.
I'm distracted.
Dude, MGW built that trigger for nobody else but me.
Sorry, Debris. Which false ripple flyer are you referring to? Not quite sure what you mean by that. Oh, MGWs? He probably just he probably doesn't have battery capacity to fire all of them at once. Too many times.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
I don't see
Maybe get
batteries
to a
on
safe
this ship.
spot. God, I hope I don't get wrecked by this AI trigger again.
By the way, one thing I will note that I'm going to be doing in future is reducing the power storage on the generators and giving the batteries more. I think the batteries are a little too weak currently.
I was told Cascade was going to be good against AI triggers.
It should be. I think honestly I think I'm just going to ban AI triggers.
Oh, it's a tie.
I just don't like how random they are. Yeah, and between Desmond from Splinter and Debris.
Wow, I got outplayed by.
So that is our those are our two winners for the
Nice.
2-8 tie this time between Debris with Yodhix and Splinter with Desmond the Devout.